Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. We're speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese, on January 19th. Larry, what kind of an update do you have for us this time?
Well, Jim, we just put out a press release on what the actual value of cathode material was in an electric vehicle battery, lithium-ion electric vehicle battery. And it gives you an idea of why we're doing this. Number one is there's two reasons. First, we got to think it's about the circular economy and the environment. But helping the environment doesn't work if you can't make money. So what we did is we took some of the more popular chemistries of the batteries out there, and we published what the values were for cathode material in most batteries. And our aim is to eventually have 100% recovery of all that material. So that it should, certainly give the shareholders something that they can mull over, because when you're talking about recycling, it's got more to do. A successful recycling program has more to do with the economics in order to help the environment. And so this is just a real basis for it. For example, the Model S battery that Tesla has about $3,745 worth of cathode material in a battery that would weigh roughly 1,000 pounds. And almost 3,300 of that is the cobalt. And about 465 of it is the lithium. So you look at that and say, "Wow! I mean, if that was a ore deposit, that would be a fantastic grade." And so we look at this as mining batteries, and we think that that the values here should certainly support a recycling program. We can't say that it will support, but it should support. We know that we're working from a good foundation. Let's put it that way. And there's also another little thing that's in here that we've got, and that is that there's a hazardous waste tipping fee that comes in with these batteries. And that roughly runs from $3 to $7 a pound, depending on the geography. Now, we've used $3 a pound, the low end of the scale. So on a 1,000-pound battery, that's $3,000 you get just to take delivery of the battery. So the numbers I just gave you at $3,700 on a Tesla Model S is actually could be as high as 6,000 something. So you've got a lot of leeway. We know what the metallurgy works, how the metallurgy works. We know how the recycling of the cathode material, once it hits the metallurgical section, how that all works. And that gives us a lot of money to look at. How are we going to deal with the actual shredding of the battery, or actually dismantling the battery and reclaiming the foils that contain the cathode, which should be aluminum foil, and the perhaps even the anode material, which is on a copper foil. And, if you build a battery, there's a lot of robotics involved. If you can build a battery, you can certainly take it apart a lot easier using a lot less robotics. And that's kind of the way we're looking at it now. But that's going to come up at a later date, and then we'll know exactly what our costs are going to be, what our operating costs will be, and everything else. But right now, our major function is let's protect the company and the shareholders and get these patents airtight, and that's what the ongoing work we're doing now is to do that. And because there is a lot of value in the batteries. I've seen a lot of articles out there where people are talking about there's not enough lithium in the battery to justify, the recycling of it. But they seem to kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater here when they're not talking about the recycling of the cobalt cathode material, the nickel cathode material, and even the lower end of the manganese dioxide cathode material, and the aluminum. So, we've got a scale that runs on 3 different battery types, and the lower end of the scale would be the nickel, cobalt, aluminum battery, which still comes in at a very robust over $1,300 a battery. And then if you add the tipping fee on that, then you're looking at $4,300 a battery. So what we wanted to do was just to show the shareholders that we're not pipe dreaming, that this thing looks like it could be very, very robust. And that's kind of what the message is that I wanted to get out, Jim, was, they can do their own work, and they can estimate what the shredding is going to cost, and, we'll have a number on what it's going to cost to do the metallurgy. But it shouldn't be any greater than a mining cost for hydrometallurgy. So it's an exciting project, and it just looks better and better and better every day. We just got a grant from the government to assist in some of this work. And, that gives us, I think I had last discussion we had was on credibility. But as we move through the chute, this thing becomes more and more the likelihood of it being viable is getting to be more and more apparent.
Up until this point, Larry, were people very concerned about what they would do with these lithium batteries once they'd been used up?
Well, I don't think that the car companies have given enough attention to that. There's 2 reasons why they should, especially if you're using cobalt. And that is that, as a recycler, you could guarantee your supply of cobalt. And also, if the pundits are right and there's a scarcity of lithium, then you could guarantee your supply of lithium. But these batteries are classified as hazardous waste. You have to have permits to move them. It's not, they can't go into a landfill dump or anything like that, because they could contaminate the water table, they could contaminate everything. And so recycling, which hasn't been at the top of the list of things to do for battery manufacturers and car manufacturers, is starting to move to the forefront now. And when you have places like China that have legislated that they have to have a very workable recycling program before they're going to be allowed to build batteries or to import batteries into China. And that includes the vehicles that use them. So it's coming. We're going to see that here in North America. We've seen it. It's in some isolated places it's already in effect. And the same thing in Europe, and in some isolated cases in Europe, it's in effect. And so, these are all good things to, that point up for our recycling. If we were to license out recycling, we could have plants all over the world.
Larry, where can people get more information about American Manganese?
They'd have to go to our site, which is AmericanManganeseInc.com. They could phone me at 778-574-4444, or they can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
And where does American Manganese trade?
Trades on the Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY, under the Toronto Venture Exchange, and it trades in the pink sheets in the U.S. under AMYZF, and it trades on the Frankfurt Exchange under the symbol of 2 a.m., 2 o'clock in the morning.
Larry, thanks a lot for the update.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at howstreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of Howe Street Media Incorporated.